And it's just a good place to be. I told the rabbi a few weeks ago, we were talking, this was after Rosh Hashanah and Sukkot, where he delivered, I think, the best sermon he's ever delivered. And listening to Ira speak, I said, you know, I used to go to shul because I had to. Now I go to shul because I want to. And that's what this place means to me. And a lot of his sermons are two-way. He'll pose questions and we answer them. And the second thing he has started is Shelishidus Saturday night between Mincha and Marav. And once a month on the first Shabbat of the new English month, it's Ask the Rabbi. And it's a free-for-all. And it's just very, very enjoyable. When I consider the way it was and the way it is, there is no comparison. I just enjoy coming to this building now. It's just, it's family. It's family. And if you come on a Shabbat and stay for Kiddush and you take a look around, first of all, people stay and kibbutz. They don't have a bite to eat and leave quickly. And you're at different tables every week, so there are no cliques. It's just a very, very nice atmosphere, something that I personally don't ever remember. And the rabbi goes around and greets people. The cantor goes around and greets people. The co-presidents go around and greet people. And also listen to all our complaints, real or imagined. And I have a very important job Shabbat morning. I open up the liquor room and I pour the booze. And whenever you are seeing this, we need scotch. Please donate.
Tell me about the liquor cabinet. Who goes down? When do they go down? Like there's a particular time in the service, I think.
We used to, when we were in this room, when they did the repetition of the Amida, a group of us would go out, open up the liquor room, which I think was the old bride's room, and we'd have a shot, and usually Mark Cohn would say the brucha. When we moved upstairs, that sort of stopped, so I'll go down during the repetition of the Amida. I'll go down, I'll open it up, take out a little bit of rye and the scotch and pour, check the Kiddush table to see what I'm going to have for lunch, grab a couple of cookies, and go back up in time to hear Ira's comments, Adon Olam, and then we all go back downstairs. And again, I don't know how I got that job. Probably Phil gave it to me. And you know Phil, when he does want you to do something, you don't say no. And Phil goes out, Phil's in charge of Aliyahs, and he goes out of his way to make sure everybody gets an Aliyah over a course of time.
Do you remember when Beth Jacob became egalitarian, and what was that like?
I was on the board. We had several meetings. And I remember Rabbi Silverman used to sit, I think, in the first seat. And he said to me, the day they count women will be the last day you'll see me here. We started to count women and he continued to come. It wasn't a big deal. I don't think, there were a few people who expressed a comment to me, not when we became egalitarian, but when we hired, again, the royal we, Eyal baton, I think we had a woman cantor candidate. And the number of people younger than me came up and let me know they were not happy with a woman cantor. Something going back to Hunter Street. We would, Yom Kippur would be over. We'd go to my bubbies to break the fast. Then everybody would go home, get changed, and they would have a dance at Hunter Street after Yom Kippur. I don't know what they called it, but I remember a couple of times, I don't know how they did it, but they did, you know, what they had, band, I guess, food, and they would have an after Yom Kippur dance. I remember for my bar mitzvah, there must have been a small kitchen, because the kiddush lunch after service, I remember my aunts and my mother's aunts were all in this little kitchen preparing whatever it was they served. We had an affair at night, but not at Hunter Street. But I would think, I remember coming here as a teenager on a regular Shabbat, not a Yontif or a bar mitzvah, and there'd be 200 people here. So I have to assume that Hunter Street would be the same.
What year were you born?
1940.
There were 200 people here on a Shabbat?
Oh yeah.
That was what year? What year were you a teenager?
1953.
Was there a junior congregation?
There was for a while here. And
Who was the rabbi in those days?
had to be Rabbi Simon.
200 people in the 50s were coming out every Shabbat?
Yeah.
How do you explain that?
I think because the war was over, had just finished, and the Holocaust, this is my opinion, the Holocaust was in everybody's mind. That's what I think. Could be wrong, I don't know. And then over the years, elderly people passed away. The generation before me and my generation weren't as religious, had other things to do, went out of town. But my biggest enjoyment is doing the honors and being there for Rosh Hashanah, Kol Nidre, Yom Kippur, and making sure things run smoothly. And we gave an honor to a friend of mine and his daughter this year, and he wasn't feeling well, so he didn't come to shul. And his daughter came up to me and said, "I understand you're the Aliyah man," which I'd never heard before, so I enjoyed that. And that's, it helps streamline the service, that there's no waiting, things move smoothly. Takes a lot of pressure off the rabbi, off the cantor. And Phil and I enjoy it.